Natasha and I had the chance to talk to three of the children after their class, 12-year-old Eddie Stewart and Quentin Pope, and 11-year-old Ricky Porter.
So it sounds like because you're writing from memory, you're also writing about your experiences.
Yes.
What kinds of things have you written about?
The things I wrote about was when I was in kindergarten, about when it was my birthday and I cried on my birthday. I wrote about embarrassing times. I wrote about funny times. I wrote about a lot of things that happened.
I don't really think it's hard to write poems like this. Really, you just let your imagination run free and you just write. Well,
it just comes out.
Yes, that's my way of saying it. I didn't like to write before this class, but I've learned that it's okay to express personal stuff when you write. So that's why I started to like poetry. And I like this class because I don't usually write, and this gives me a lot of free time to do what I like to do.
Yeah.
And I love to write.
Quentin told us he wanted to make sure each line is a deep thought.
The deep thoughts that I put in my poems are not about me. It's about that what affects everybody else, just not me.
What kind of things?
I'll say, my poem is a monster scaring you till the lights are on. Someone had been scared or had a nightmare before and turned the lights on and thought someone was there or here.
That ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Afterwards, I asked Natasha what had struck her most.
It was a sense of power that they have from being able to imagine and to create, to name themselves, to speak for themselves. It did really remind me of being in my school and learning poets, the work of poets, African-American poets, that I've carried with me since then. And I carried it with me particularly when I was bused later on into a white school when I was in the 8th grade. One of the poems that stuck with me was Langston Hughes's I Too Sing America. And going to that school where people didn't exactly want us, I could be armed with that poem, I Too Sing America. And it was sort of like a force field around me.